Wahey!
Wahey!
Hello everybody, Slim Kirby here. I am here with the Puddle Plains HD crew talking a little bit about that Magfest 13 action.
PuddlesTalk 2!
PuddlesTalk 2! Yeah. So, like I said, I'm Slim Kirby. Let's go through the room.
Hi, I'm Tennis Boba 13. Wahey!
I'm Snack Attack 8. Wahey!
I'm Tamal 9 and
Wahey!
I'm Odinspec 33. Wahey!
Hello everyone, Illy Weaver here. Wahey!
Wolf Sheikah here. Wahey!
The brakes are gone!
Yes!
The brakes are
The
definitely...
brakes are gone.
I should have said Jaws.
again.
Jaws.
Jaws.
Okay.
Everyone will understand that. Well, they already should because that video is up, but...
Yeah, but I just noticed something on the schedule. On Friday at 11:30, Jaws.
Yeah, I was saying that.
Wait, what?
I mentioned that.
If only we had foreseen into the future that Jaws would be funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That could have gone.
Well, let's actually get into the purpose for why we're having this Puddle Talk. As you can probably already tell, it is about Magfest 13, which happened January 23rd through January 26th of this year, 2015. I know, it's almost been almost a freaking month already.
Almost.
I can't believe it.
Hey.
But yeah, all seven of us in Puddle Plains were fortunate enough to attend this year, and we're just going to go through our experiences day by day, just a lot of the cool and fun things that happened to us, and there are also a bunch of videos we've been posting on the Puddle Plains channel as well, so you can check those out for even more Magfest excitement. But let's go ahead and start from the very beginning, shall we?
Does the beginning be Thursday? Because that's the
definitely
day
is
before
talking
Magfest.
about
Pre-Magfest.
Pre-Fest.
Pre-Magfest
Yeah.
hype.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess I could tell you that me and Wolf met each other at Dallas.
Oh
For
yeah,
the
I
first
forgot you
time.
guys did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the funny story was, like, my plane had, like, a bit of a delaying issue because the AC on the plane was kind of malfunctioned. And then, like, it took us, like, a couple minutes to get out of San Francisco over to Dallas. And then as soon as I landed in Dallas, like, I was a little bit worried about my plane flight from Dallas to DCA was going to get a problem. But then, like, they said that they were going to try to fix the times because people that were coming from San Francisco to Dallas were going to fix the schedule and everything. And then as I rushed out of the airplane, I was, like, waiting for the time to announce for when they're boarding people, and then all of a sudden I see Wolf just, like, slowly taking off his sweatshirt. He's like, "Oh, look, it's the Wolf shirt."
That's pretty
nice.
funny. I still chalk it up to Bubba paying off the airport to
to get the plane going.
yeah, they
That's right.
delayed the flight.
He slipped him a couple thou.
Yeah,
Here,
just a
here,
couple.
fix this plane for me, will you? Extra $20 there. If you do the good job.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's pretty much what happened first day. I mean, afterwards we met Slim, then Weaver, and then Odinspec that day. And we were just like, let's go to the hotel.
I had a fun time because most of us were getting in like Terminal B and C, which are connected, but Odin was getting into A, and I'm like, okay guys, just wait here, I'll go grab him and come back, not realizing that A is way out in the middle of friggin' nowhere.
Just to throw in a joke here. Of course, the Canadian got into Terminal A.
I just realized that.
Terminal A.
Terminal A.
Hey,
It was
beautiful.
It was actually,
I had a slightly different trip
Oh,
up
yeah,
to
that's
Magfest
right.
because I drove along with Chelsea 91. We listened to video game jams the whole way up,
Nice.
and because I drove, I kind of pack muled for the trip, so I brought a bunch of like video game shit that everyone else needed to. And then I got there a lot earlier than these fools, and we definitely broke into the drinks pretty early. And for me, I guess the theme of my Magfest was start hard early end early because I was asleep at like 9:30 that night before everyone got in, and I didn't get to say hi to anybody.
Yeah, we missed out on you, Snack.
Yeah. I didn't get in until the day
You were
after,
just-
so.
Yeah, Tamal wasn't even there first. Well, I mean, he was there the first day of Magfest.
Yeah, but not like that Thursday.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got in like around I think like was it
Like 9:30-ish.
yeah,
9,
kind of
maybe
around
like,
then.
maybe like
and
10
then-
o'clock.
I got in like 10:30, I think.
Yeah, like around 10,
Okay,
10:30.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Bubba delaying the plane, we got in around 10-ish.
Well, even my plane was a little delayed too. So if anything, it actually made us all kind of arrive at pretty much the
It's a
same
good thing,
time,
actually,
considering-
I got in early. I got in at like 9:45.
Yeah,
You were like there waiting for us.
Yeah.
yeah.
You were just like, where's everybody?
Well, like my plane was supposed to arrive at the same exact time as Sarah's, so like pretty much the same exact time, and then I don't know. There was just some,
Yeah, it was really just that like
yeah,
there were so many delays getting in for the rest of you.
yeah, like there was like some rogue flight in Philadelphia that like never started back in Indianapolis, so it's like
A rogue
It-
flight.
it,
A
it
rogue
pushed back
flight.
all of the other flights, so it was like, oh god, how long am I going to be waiting for those? But we all got in pretty close to the same time, and we all met up pretty
Mhm.
easily. So
Yeah.
Bubba and I did walk around back and forth for about,
Oh, yeah.
5-10 minutes looking for Slim.
We weren't
Okay.
sure where to go, so we just like walked around, and we later on found Slim, and then then later on we were waiting for Sarah and Odin to get in, so it took us quite a bit of time, but we
Yeah.
found each other.
yeah,
And then fun times were had.
Yeah,
Yes.
fun time.
Yes.
I missed out.
you
Oh.
It's
you
alright.
You really
Oh.
did.
I think I
I'm
well
really
made up
feeling
for
it.
it. at the end.
Let's move on to Friday. I think we should.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is a real
Yay.
day. That wasn't
Yeah.
a real day.
Okay.
The real day was Friday.
Friday.
This
Friday.
Friday.
One thing I'd like to mention before anything, we did very little panel seeing and band going to. We did very
Yeah.
little of that.
Mhm. We did.
Well, like, I don't know. In my experience, you want to see one or two panels, but a lot of them are just kind of like, I could be doing
Q&As.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're only there for 3 days, because there's like nothing on the last day. So you got to make the most of that time that's going on. And a
You go to
panel
the
is a long
panels that
thing.
really interest you.
Yeah. You go to the
Yeah.
ones you want to see.
Yeah.
It's like finding your Magfest destiny, you know?
Yeah.
Choose your own Magfest adventure.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. I couldn't say any better myself.
So what we do on the
So-
first day? Just
Well, we kind of scouted
Uh,
out the area at first, kind of looked
yeah.
at the space.
Yeah.
And,
Went to the
Find
dealer's
Dark
room.
Minded Sith, right?
Dark Minded
Yes.
Sith.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we did.
snap. Shoutouts
That's
to
right.
him.
And that friend of his, the villager guy.
Villager.
Captain Donkey.
His name was Captain Donkeys.
Captain
YouTube.com/.
Donkeys.
Check him out.
Yeah, check it out.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Shoutouts to villager though.
Yeah, he had good cosplays. They were like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
Nice.
He had a cosplay that was a Pokemon Blue cartridge, and inside it was like a big like wooden box, and inside was like a missing no. Like it was in there if
I
you
didn't
looked
see
in.
that.
And no one would
Oh,
like it's
wow.
not visible from the outside, but like he put
Like,
that
yeah, if you
detail
look like
into it.
right into the hole, you can see
Yeah.
it.
It's awesome.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But as far as
Heck,
Friday
you did
goes,
some,
yeah, I don't know
you
if we
did some cosplay. Well,
How
you
did you
did
guys-
every day, but
Yeah, well, I started my Friday a lot different than you guys, I think. I was in Tamal and I were in different rooms than the rest of the splashers. They had like a puddle loft thing going on, and I was in a different room. I think we were
Yeah.
called like the Hoe House or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yours was the whole house,
I
and
know-
ours was
Ass
I know
Factory.
yours was Ass Factory,
Ass Factory. I think Rachel named it.
but so those were our room names.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That seems really tame.
I
That seemed too tame.
Yeah.
I did. I did 3 days of cosplay. I was supposed to do 4, but we'll get to that.
Mhm.
But I never done it before. Rachel or Chelsea 91 really likes it, so she was like, do some with me, and I said I'll do 4 with you. And I liked some of cosplaying, but also there was a lot that was definitely not sort of for me. I found So like we did a photo shoot on Friday, and I was like, I don't know what to do during this. Like, I didn't know how to make my face look, and I didn't know how to pose, and it was weird, but it was fun. And then I met up with you guys
Yeah.
in the challenge hall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all. Well,
Should we start talking about
We
challenges?
should definitely
mean,
start talking about the
We
challenge.
should just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I know these guys were around a lot, like, because I was in this challenge hall like pretty much the entire
Majority of
convention.
the
Like,
entire-
It's definitely Odin's spot.
this was I would say this
That was kind of
the
my-
thing I did a lot. Like, I mean, everyone did. Like, we definitely had some cool group moments. I guess I
I
should
did a
outline
couple
what
too.
these are. They had about maybe like 20 laptops hooked up in the console room, and they were hooked up to like a Linux like emulator kind of style. It basically booted up like challenges to do on Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, and Genesis games. And so you had to do, and a lot of them were like really tough. Some of them were easy, but not for the most part they weren't. Some of the fun group ones that we decided to do, or at least did them as a group. In Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo, we had to defeat the spider boss in the first Sigma stage, and you don't get any upgrades. You don't get to use any of the weapons, and you can't take any damage. So that one was pretty fun, but a lot of us did it.
We
Yeah.
all did that one.
I think we all did that.
Even
Who was the
Um,
first? Wait, who was the first to finish that challenge?
I think it was
I
Wolf.
think Odin
No, it
like,
was-
did in one
it was
shot,
Odin,
and then
wasn't
I
it?
did it second.
I did it like
Wolf did it really quick.
I think I did it after Wolf.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then I met up with you guys like that afternoon
Yeah.
after my cosplay stuff, and then I did it.
Yeah.
I remember it was like Bubba was working on it for a long time.
I
and then-
was.
Yeah.
And then he stopped doing it. Then Odin did it immediately. After
Yeah,
Yeah, like one or
was
two
like-
tries. I
Dude,
think.
and
he's
after
such a
Odin did it,
nerd.
Wolf did it, and then everyone started doing it.
Then everyone started doing it.
It
Yeah.
became like a rite of
Mhm.
passage for the
Yeah.
Puddles Magfest
Yeah.
group was doing that challenge.
Even
The
Classic
staffer
Nick
that
Larson
worked
was doing it.
the challenges definitely knew us well after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we kept
especially
air
Odin.
horned every time someone beat a
Yeah.
challenge.
Air horn
like
is
he knew.
definitely the symbol that we had done something.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanna make another shout out to that guy
That
Yeah,
guy.
That guy.
who actually originated on the first night when me and Rachel and Jamie aka Lucky7DX and Kyle aka K-Man Rules one I don't know something with threes 1331. Shout outs to those guys, youtube.com.
Nailed the K-Man Larson.
We were registering for our passes, and we met this guy coming down from our room, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take you there, sure." Like he staffed the convention, so he took us to where it was, and we were like, "Thanks." And then we saw him again getting our passes. He was giving them out, and we were like, "That guy!" And we got our passes, not from that guy, unfortunately. But the next day, we found him again in the arcade room, and we went nuts. And then we encountered him like 7 more times
Yeah, a lot of
during the convention.
Mhm.
Every single time we basically started bursting into applause at that guy.
That guy was super nice, though. Rachel's friends with him on Facebook now.
Hey,
Try to add it to. He was great.
Shadows to that guy.
Shout outs to that
That
guy.
guy will be missed.
But yeah, I guess one thing I want to do really quick is and there's probably some people out there watching who haven't really been to a lot of conventions, and those who haven't really been to Magfest. The hotel we were at and just the Magfest convention were the same place, which doesn't
Yeah,
normally
nice.
happen. But
That was really cool.
it was very convenient, and it was a very good space. I was really impressed because I've attended PAX East twice, and I always thought it was really crowded, very intimidating, a lot of different places to go, but everything was so compact and easy to navigate, easy to know where you're going, and I was just really, really impressed with that.
What's
aspect
cool
of
about
it.
What's cool about the Gaylord is that it's a hotel and a convention center.
Right.
So it's built in and
Yeah.
there's a lot of room so you can stay.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a great place. I love the Gaylord.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Shout outs to them.
if-
Shout outs to the gays.
Next time you're in the national God. Next time you're in the National
Thanks.
Harbor area and you need a place to stay, we're sponsored by them now.
We're sponsored.
Sponsored by the Gaylord Hotel.
It's an unspoken partnership, but
We're
I
gonna-
guess
yeah.
it's spoken now.
Sorry guys. Sold out.
But yeah, so there were three big rooms. The kind of middle room was the vendor area. One side was the console area. The other side was the arcade area. And then like throughout the entire convention, there were different rooms where a lot of the panels and concerts were held. Just again, a very, very compact and very convenient space, especially if you were staying there, because if you didn't have to like spend a whole lot of time getting ready, just get your stuff on, get cleaned up, everything, and then just go right down.
Walk on down.
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Well, it worked out very well too because we brought a lot of pro tip for convention going. Food at the convention is super expensive, especially when you're in a resort town. So we brought a bunch of food, and having the hotel room so close to where the convention was, it was really easy when we were hungry to just go pop up to the room for a few minutes and come back down, or to grab something to bring to people.
Mm-hmm.
That's
shout
another
outs
pro
Yeah.
tip. Room
We
with
learned that
Sarah.
last year.
That's another
Sarah,
pro tip.
if you guys don't know, Sarah is the general manager of Puddle Plains HD, and she generally keeps all of us in line.
And all of us will.
Without her, we would all
And
be
all of us well
idiots.
fed, yes.
Yeah.
Except when Bubba refuses to eat anything but Chex Mix.
That is true.
Bubba was having a love affair with that Chex.
I
Mix.
love Chex Mix.
Another cool thing about this Magfest, as opposed to like the last one or any other convention that I've been to, which was just the last one, we had a room block.
Yeah, we
So-
did.
We were all on the 4th floor, which was the best floor.
Yeah,
The room was,
and we were
our
all
block
right
was
next to
named
each
the
other.
elevator party.
that was
Yeah.
pretty fun. I guess.
We're right next to the stairs, which we just ended up
Yeah.
seeing.
Yeah.
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 And we were on the 4th floor
We
this
just
time instead of
realized
like
that
the top one.
elevators. Oh my god, it's impossible to find to get in an elevator. It's
No
just
room
yeah.
access.
impossible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We couldn't
We
really do that
didn't ride in that
last year
elevator
because we were
once.
like on the 13th floor.
Yeah.
Last year we got stuck in an elevator.
Yes, we did.
This year we didn't.
I guess was this was the pro tips section, the pro tips
Yeah.
Magfest segue.
Yeah.
yeah.
But so Friday night we there was a Super Smash Bros. Wii U tournament.
Oh yeah.
I missed signing up unfortunately because I was doing my photo shoot. Also, I forgot to mention that the first or Friday my cosplay was Ashitaka from the movie Princess Mononoke.
Ooh.
Good movie.
Good
It's a
movie.
good movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah.
Everyone watch it. We're also sponsored by Studio Ghibli. It's a big name. We're really surprised we
Rest
got
in
it this
peace,
early.
Studio
into the career.
Ghibli.
Aww.
Slightly before the Smash tournament, we did see Mega Ran, though.
We did see.
Yeah.
That concert was
How about that
dope,
proposal?
and
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes!
The proposal.
so Mega Ran
was that
every time he does a live concert, he does a freestyle section where basically he'll take things that people are holding up in the audience and start making a rap with them.
That was really cool.
And it started out really normal, but then in the middle of it, he's like, "I want to get my girl up here."
Oh.
So
Oh.
his girlfriend Rachel comes on, and he starts rapping and stuff, and then all of a sudden he pulls out a ring, gets down one knee, and proposes to her right in front of everyone, and it was
Yo,
so
that was
freaking
so
cool.
awesome.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
so awesome.
It
Yeah.
really
Like
was.
the best way to.
People were going nuts in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very.
Was it just because we were kind of in a very weird position? But like for me, like the sound system was a little weird during.
Yeah, the sound wasn't it wasn't balanced properly, and you're right. I'm not quite sure if it was where we were standing or just the way that the system's up. And I don't recall this being an issue last year, but it could have been any number of things. But yeah, you're not crazy on that.
Okay.
I think it was just where we were standing because later in like on Saturday when some of us went there, it was fine. So maybe it was just that
Well, and
one time thing.
sometimes certain performers, the way that they need things set up will it'll sound a little bit differently.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
But overall, it was pretty rockin' or rapping. What's the lingo you use for that?
The lingo you youngins use nowadays.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is hip.
Yeah. Aren't I like the oldest one in this call right now?
It was
I think
pretty
I-
rad.
Yes.
Rad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was rad.
It was rad.
It was
for
pretty
was-
great, right?
It was rad gravity.
Yeah.
Then we did Smash Bros. For
Yep.
Wii U.
It was great.
Yeah, let's get the
Would
worst
you all-
part
Yeah,
of
definitely
Magfest
not
out of the way.
great.
Which
Yeah.
anyone who follows us on Twitter, I suppose when I say we, I mean I was trying to live tweet how the splashers were doing.
Yeah, Weaver's
Okay.
also
Yeah.
the social networking manager.
Weaver's the only one around here who does anything other than slap their dumb
That's not
mouth.
true. Odin was the one who was live tweeting other things that we did that
Yeah.
weekend, which we
Yeah.
will get to.
But
I
who
did a little bit.
participated? It was Bubba,
Yeah.
Slim, Wolf, and myself, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the four of us signed up, and it was really okay. It was really poorly organized. Like it was bad. Like, it was so bad.
It was.
But
Not
It
to
was-
mention,
yeah, it
they
was
got my
bad.
name mispronounced.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, they did.
They
Shout out-
mispronounced our
No, they got-
names
And they got Rob's name.
They got Rob.
yeah.
No, and they got unlocked Rob in the middle of the tournament.
Yeah, they didn't
yeah.
have.
Oh yeah, and they didn't even have Rob unlocked in the tournament, in the actual game we were playing on.
And it took them 2 tries to get it too, which was the funny part.
But so it was 8-player Smash first round, and then Bubba was the only one advanced because he's actually good at the game.
Well, Odin played a mean G-Dorf.
I was doing good, but like I was just such a target. I think people were like, "Oh, G-Dor,
Everybody
he's
was
easy
thinking-
target. Get rid of him."
Because I think they realized that Ganondorf is a huge threat on free-for-alls, and so
If you leave it for too long.
even Bowser's pretty threatening in free-for-all, but still,
Mhm.
like most of the heavy characters are like really threatening.
Right.
Bubba got really close in the second round because then went down to 4 people. But then like right near the end, like what was it, like 20, 30 seconds left? There was like
Yeah.
elimination, and then he didn't get in the sudden death.
The only thing I want to say is that I messed up big time because I think I was doing something off the stage and I forgot to recover properly. So
Yeah, I think I saw
it was just a big mistake on that. But,
I think now is the time for shoutouts to that up B guy.
oh
Oh
god!
my god, yes!
Guy was telling him he needs to use his up B.
Yeah.
Right,
He
the
used to
way.
ride that tornado, which
Yeah, ride
isn't
that-
even up B.
No.
I really wanted to punch him so bad.
I did too. But yeah,
If you're watching this, I won't punch you in the face.
it was just it was like we said, it was poorly organized. The people in charge didn't really even know the game that well in terms of just
Yeah.
it took
There was
way
only
too
one
long
setup.
for matches to start, and
Yeah, there was only like one setup, I believe.
that was another
yeah.
thing
Yeah, there
that
was.
crappy.
That
I
was
will admit though, the matches were hype.
Yeah, it was
The
fun.
games actually got going. It was pretty.
Everybody seemed to like my Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Yeah, but it was quite easily my least favorite part of the entire convention, honestly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
weird thing
That's a
is
lot.
they like cleared
Oh,
out
and-
an entire row of consoles, but only used one.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have at least put some more consoles for the Wii U. I mean,
Apparently, they ended up doing one another day too, but
Yeah.
they did.
we didn't do
yeah.
that.
We
Oh,
didn't do
that.
that.
We were like, nah.
We hit it once and dropped
No.
it.
I'll let them.
I actually have kind of a suggestion for them if they're listening, which I doubt they are, but whatever. You know, like the things I like about like the tournaments that like are at like PAX East and other conventions, they actually
Those
have
are-
individual rooms where they have
They
the
do.
tournaments, which,
Yeah.
which makes
They
a lot
actually
more
do.
sense. Not just having them in the middle of like a huge freaking console play area where people can easily just walk away and then like even get lost in some cases probably. It's just I don't know. That seems like the tournaments would have been much better for like individual rooms, not the actual
Yeah.
console area.
Because I feel like the PAX East tournaments were pretty nice.
Yeah, they usually were.
Mhm.
They were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the Puddle Plains Twitter, where maybe we tweet some live tweet tournament stuff from PAX East. Some of us are going.
Not many
I know
of us
Snack's
right
going.
now. I'm not.
Yeah,
go-
not too many.
I'm not going now. So
I said some.
Yeah.
After that, we went to some D&D thing that didn't end up being that good.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, I left early from
We were,
that.
we were in the D&D thing, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then while I was contemplating life in the bathroom, I realized, wait a minute, it would be more fun if we were drinking right now. So I went upstairs and started doing that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
left
it
in the
wasn't that
middle of that
good.
too. Oh, speaking
Right,
of
it was kinda
bathrooms,
fun.
I did get challenged to a Pokemon match in the bathroom.
What? We also all checked Twitter in the bathroom for 20 plus minutes.
Yeah, that was on the bucket list.
Oh, do we want to mention the bucket list?
Yeah.
That was a huge part. Well,
We did have a bucket list of random things to do.
I guess it wouldn't be as good unless everyone saw, but I don't think
Yeah,
we can
I don't think-
justify everyone seeing that. So
Yeah, no.
we'll just mention we had a very silly list of bucket
Very
lists.
silly list.
Yes.
And many of them were done.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Some
impressive.
Some of which were deemed impossible. Just
Yeah, some-
quieter than Ben.
That's
Yeah, that's.
I
not-
knew that
that's
one was
not
doomed
gonna
from the start.
Yeah.
Later that night, we played Mario Party 2.
Yeah. That's
But that's
fun.
fine.
Who all was playing that match?
It was me. I think Wolf. Were you playing that night?
Rachel?
No, I was in the.
No.
I played it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Odin
Odin played it, I'm
played.
pretty sure.
I know Lucky 7DX played.
Oh yeah, Lucky was
Yeah,
there.
he
Yeah.
represented the Ass Factory.
Are you sure you weren't playing Wolf? Because I remember there were 3 of us, and then it was.
I
Lucky.
think I remember seeing Wolf doing
I think Wolf
something.
was playing.
No,
Yeah.
I was in the next one. Wasn't there a random guy in that Mario Party 2? It was in the game room, right?
No.
We played
No,
Western
no,
Land
that
in our
was-
hotel room.
That was in our hotel room.
Oh, that's right. No, I wasn't playing that though.
Oh yeah! Oh, thanks for reminding me of that. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Oh, I will get to that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me too.
Wait. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
I know what
playing
you're
that.
talking
That's
I
right.
knew you
Word.
were. I knew you were.
Because we had
Wait.
that massive like group drink session at the very last turn.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh right.
I can't believe I played. We ended up playing like 4 rounds of Mario Party that weekend.
Well,
At
at least you
least.
did. At least you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we did that night. And after that, we pretty much kind of just
That was it.
yeah
Yeah.
Mm.
What did we do Saturday?
move on to Saturday. Woo!
Woo,
Yes,
Saturday.
yeah,
How you-
Saturday.
Woo! Saturday was a good day.
Stuff happened.
Yeah.
More challenges.
We're boring, is what we're trying
That's
to
what
talk
we
about.
did.
Okay, so
I know me and Snack. I don't know if that was Saturday, but I'm just
I think
pointing
that was
this
the
out
next
there.
day.
I don't care. We're just
We can
saying
talk
it
about it now.
We did Metroid, where you had to beat Ridley with 5 missiles and 1 energy tank, no upgrades. But they didn't start you at Ridley, or else that would be really easy. You started like
Yeah.
3 rooms back,
3 rooms before Ridley.
and it was
It was so hard.
an endeavor. We got to Ridley a couple
bouncy
times.
balls.
Once you got to Ridley, it was really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That
So-
started with Odin trying to do the Super Metroid one, which was beat.
That was
Oh
impossible.
yeah, beat Ridley with just the ice beam.
Which-
Like-
it was
you have to
impossible.
charge the ice. Yeah.
And you got what did you get? One bar of health, right?
Yeah,
it
you
was
did.
Stupid.
It's impossible.
so dumb.
You had no energy tanks.
It's like fight
Yeah.
Ridley with a stick or something. Jesus.
Not like
Fight
ice
Ridley
and
with
plasma
only
beam. No,
palms.
just ice beam.
Ice beam, yeah.
That's
That's
it.
so stupid. I couldn't
Like-
do that.
Fight Ridley while
Impossible.
checking
I
Twitter.
don't think
for
anyone
20
could do that
Yeah.
one.
No, I didn't do that.
No, it was impossible.
I tried doing the Metroid one, and I didn't finish that one.
The Metroid one I thought was fun. It gave me a new appreciation for that couple rooms of the game.
Yeah.
Which next time I play through the first Metroid will be
Was
like
that the day? Was that the
a
day I was doing X3? I think I was doing X3 for
Oh,
that.
X3 was the next day for you,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I did X3. So the 2 challenges I think I'm most proud of, then I'm done with saying the challenge stuff. Mega Man X3, I beat Sigma without any upgrades or weapons or sub tanks, like nothing, and I had to
Oh.
beat both forms of them, and you had to do the escape at the end. That was really hard. And then there was, you know what? I'll get to it when we get to the
Yeah.
the other night.
Okay.
But that's the one challenge. I'll leave you hanging for the next 20 minutes or so.
I think that was the
Yeah.
challenge I spent the most time on. Period.
X3. Yeah. I didn't beat that one.
I know a lot of us did the Mario World one, which you had to get to Iggy without collecting any coins.
Harder
Yeah,
than you
that one
think.
was
Harder
yeah.
than you
tough.
think.
Yeah, and
Oh, who did the Mario Kart one?
No one.
I did
Bubba
Mario
did that.
Kart.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
Kart, you had to intentionally come
you have
in
to-
5th overall.
You have to, finish 5th overall.
Harder than it sounds, because
I had a good strategy.
if
but-
you come in less than 4th, like during any of the races, you end because you have no lives. So you have
It's so
to like
stupid. Yeah.
manipulate the AI to do better than you, and yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
what panels did we attend that day?
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the day on Saturday, I cosplayed as Professor Sycamore from Pokemon X/Y,
X/Y.
which was fun.
X,
That was
Y,
I think that was my favorite one because well, the one on the next day was a little bit terrifying. And the
Oh,
Ashitaka
yeah.
one, I had to be really serious, which was hard for me to do because I'm not serious. But the Professor Sycamore one, I could just like ham it up, and that was fun. I really liked that one.
I really did like the Sycamore cosplay.
It was a
Great.
very...
Yeah.
Chelsea 91. All right, first of all, shout out to Chelsea 91 for making all of my costumes, which she did. She
Yeah.
made 8 in like the 3 months before that. But yeah, she was Sylveon that day, so we were like a little Pokemon 6th gen Pokemon couple thing. It was cute.
It
I
was
like that
pretty
one.
cute.
Yeah.
But we did
OC remixes.
We did
OC
we did
remix.
OC remix,
Yeah.
which was
It was alright.
It
It
was
was
a
as good
commercial.
as like the
It
first
was
time
kind of
we ever
okay.
went.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a commercial.
It was
I
basically a
thought that
giant
too.
hour-long commercial.
They just kind of plugged themselves, and at the end they played
Yeah. They
A
also
little
tried
bit of
playing
music.
Shaq Fu.
Shaq
with, like-
Fu.
Well, they
Yeah.
tried doing
Check.
NBA Jam, which would have been cool.
Yeah, with
But
Hillary
it
Yeah.
didn't work.
with Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah, it was
But-
Clinton versus Clinton.
Yeah.
They couldn't get that working, so they're just
No.
like, check food.
Jack Fu.
But
Then afterwards, I waited in line well, I held the line for everyone, and then eventually we went to the Runaway Guys panel.
throwing
And a
controllers.
dream was born at the Runaway Guys, and a dream died at the Runaway
Yeah,
Guys.
and he died.
Yeah.
So, can I tell this story?
Yes.
All right. This is during the lineup. This is during the lineup for thrown controllers.
I'm gonna do this real quick. So, Chelsea 91 and I left OC Remix because we thought it was boring, and we went to this party with another like podcast group. They're called Sylphcast. I guess shout outs to them. They do like podcasts about Pokemon.
I guess.
They're Canadian. They had ketchup flavored Doritos and like a bunch of weird shit. But we went to party with them for a sec, and then there was this dude there who was handing out balloons. So he was like, "Does anyone want balloons?" And of course I was like, "I want one." So I got this blue balloon, and I brought it with me to the Throne Controllers panel, which we were gonna meet you guys up with.
Yeah.
We were gonna meet up with you guys at. So at first we were in line for the panel, and we were tossing the balloon around. And then this dude came up with, he had like like a Simon Says machine or something?
Yeah, he did. It was
And-
like
and-
an
and he-
electronic Simon machine.
And he had a Sharpie. And he was like, "Hey, do you guys want to sign my Simon machine?" And of course I was like, "I'll do it." So, and I think a lot of us did it, didn't
Yeah,
we?
I think we all did it.
Yeah.
Most of us did it. I don't
Some of
think
them,
I did.
most of us signed the Simon machine. But then I was like, "Hey, let me borrow your Sharpie." And I drew a picture of Lanky Kong's face from Donkey Kong 64 on the balloon.
You know, that
That,
fits because that's Linky's balloon color.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
it
the
is.
original inspiration for the idea. Because I was like, I got this blue balloon. What do I do with it? Of course, I'm gonna draw Lanky Kong, the best video
course.
game character ever on it. So I did that, and then we went in.
And that's when it happened.
And
And
so
About-
I guess we. But well, okay. well,
Before that
Bubba can
happened.
talk about
Before
it,
that
yeah.
happened.
Before that happened,
Mhm.
yeah.
Bubba, what happened before that?
Okay, so as the panel started, they were picking the first few people to go up, and then of course Lucajin picks me first.
Were you the very
So,
first person?
I was the
Or-
very
Uh-huh.
first.
Yes, he was.
Yes, I was the very first one to go up, and then I picked 7 because that's my lucky number, and then I think the category was screenshot, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I saw, and then they showed the picture, which obviously the game I didn't know at that time, and then I looked at it and go, "Is that Galaga?" And so I went with Galaga. They looked at me funny, and then they just like, "Are you sure that's your answer?" I'm like, "I don't know, sure." And then the answer was Centipede, and
It's
obviously,
Centipede, yeah.
yeah,
To be fair, I
it's a
didn't
game I haven't seen. Okay.
You've definitely seen it now.
Yeah,
Bubba will never forget.
Have you
Centipede.
played Centipede since that?
I have not played Centipede.
Yeah, I think you
should
need
do
to. I think we need a Puddles.
Yeah, you should do a
Puddles
playthrough on the
Centipede.
channel.
Centipede.
Bubba plays Centipede.
That needs to happen, actually.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, start pounding him for Centipede.
Yep.
Just give me a few months and I'll do it.
Like, comment, subscribe if you want Bubba to play.
To play 2 hours of Centipede.
Splash that like button.
smash the like
No,
button.
splash.
Oh yes, splash.
Didn't we do this in the last PuddlesTalks
Yeah, we
too?
did.
Yeah.
All right. So also for anyone who doesn't know, Throwing Controllers is like a video game like trivia / like challenge panel thing. It's like a game show.
Game show.
It's like that Nickelodeon show. What was that one
like
called?
the panels that was
Game Arcade or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
don't know,
Nick Arcade.
Nick Arcade.
Nick Arcade, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so afterwards, I lost the first round, sat back down, and then like a couple rounds later, I heard a pop.
And
Yeah.
pop
Yeah.
there was.
You can see it. You can hear it in the recording too.
If you go find the Runaway Guys Magfest 2014, Magfest 13,
Or 15.
2015.
Just skip ahead to the part where I failed, and then
if you find the Magfest 2015, Magfest 13 video on
Okay.
YouTube, you can hear a pop at one point, and you can very faintly in the distance hear, Mikey, no. because Lucky 7DX, again, was...
Murdered.
Again.
We were holding Lanky, and he was like, I guess it was really hot in there, or it was warm, and like we were all kind of tired. So he was like falling asleep, and he was leaning on Lanky like a bed, like a pillow, like a desk, and he just popped it. However, Lanky, his shriveled, sad, stupid face remained
Survive.
fully intact on the balloon. So we still have him. Jamie
It's
took it home.
currently Bubba's avatar.
It is.
And Lucky 7DX still has that balloon.
Slim, edit. Can you edit that into the video?
I can. I'll find a place for it. Yeah.
Just find a picture for it. Yeah.
Here's
But
Lanky.
it's so funny because it literally sounded like a gunshot, like in the
Yeah.
video.
I think Chugga was like, "Is everybody okay?"
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
John
right, like-
was.
It was one of them. Yeah.
Chugga said something like, "You can't go at Magfest without an accident" or something like
I
that.
can't go panel without someone getting hurt.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
someone was hurt that day.
In a very profound
One physically, many of us emotionally.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Lanky.
I was
Is
kinda
everyone okay
glad I-
over there? Lanky, no!
Lanky, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I did represent Puddle Plains in that, even though I failed. But that's okay. That's okay.
Centipede.
We got
Yeah.
chosen.
I will play Centipede one day.
One year they'll choose me, and then I'll stomp over them. No, I won't.
How about those brutal questions? Yeah, there were so many brutal
They
questions.
got, yeah, like every single person got one.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like it.
And then what were the prizes for the winners?
It's like a 3DS XL, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone got a special.
The
3DS XL.
Mario.
Dream Team.
I
Mario
got some
Dream
fan
Team one.
gamer
Yeah, that's
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like some fan gamer buttons from them
Bub's got some stuff for playing.
Yeah.
for at least playing.
For a
Here's some
try.
exclamation prizes.
And
Anyways,
What
but
do we do after that?
After that was video game name that tune.
Oh snap!
But really quick though, I did finally talk to Proton John and I think Slim
Yeah.
was also there. I
Yeah.
got my badge signed by him. So
that's cool. Yeah.
We saw Smooth McGroove walking out of the
I
show,
did
high
see
fived
Smooth
him.
McGroove, and I wish I took a picture with him.
That's right. Yeah, Slim finally got to talk to.
Proton John
G.
for the first time.
Yeah.
He's always been. He's been kind of an inspiration. Maybe not necessarily his YouTube channel because I update way more than he does. But as a person and
He did
as a
he
per-
did upload one
Yeah.
episode.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying, as a person and part of the Let's Play community, he's always been a huge inspiration to me. So it was really cool getting to
Yeah,
meet him.
he's,
And
he's,
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy.
It was such a funny introduction too because he knows
Oh yeah.
he knows who I am and like
Wait, Slim, you should tell the story about when you saw when Proton.
that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Right, cool.
But like I came up to him, I said hi. He knew who I was and everything. And while he was taking a drink of water, I said like, "Hey, I'm Slim Kirby," and like he just like started almost choking on the water and like being like, "I shouldn't have drank this. I shouldn't have drank. I wasn't prepared for this." And it was really funny, and I also got to say hi to Chugga and NCS as well. I've met them before, and it was cool seeing them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely had fun trolling Chugga a little
I
bit.
did troll Chugga quite a bit, and we were in kind of a death grip war And I like to say that I won that. I completely overpowered him, so I really, really did.
He wasn't feeling it.
He really
wasn't
wasn't
really
feeling it. Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. We can move on to Name That
Yeah,
Tune.
we can move on.
Video
Name
game,
That
name
Tune.
that tune.
Which
This
has
is like
now
a big...
since been uploaded.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta
Watch
say
it
though,
on Puddle Plains.
I gotta say that was probably one of my favorite panels.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to.
It was a big highlight for me of the whole trip.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Drone controllers.
No.
No,
No,
the
Name That Tune.
name that tune.
Name that
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's cool.
No, yeah, Name That Tune was really fun. So they played. So what happened was there was 6 rounds cut into 2 semifinals and a final, and from the original 6 rounds they chose 3 contestants each time, and actually 3 of us got to play. And you can, like I
Yeah.
said, you can watch the videos. What were you
How
saying?
many people? How many people do you guys think signed up for that?
We all did.
They were like,
Remember,
Well,
No,
they
but
were like
you
80.
guys, I would say
There were
80.
like
into it.
Close to 100 people, I think, who wanted to play, and 3 of the 6 of us who were there got chosen,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
awesome.
So we definitely were like the loudest applause group, at least. In
Yeah.
the entire place.
And we were in the front
Oh,
row.
yeah.
And
We held it
Yep.
down.
Obviously.
we had to sit in front row.
So Wolf went up first, and then Slim.
Still a
and
little
myself.
salty about that.
He went
Wolves are
first
good.
for both that and the Smash tournament.
Wolf
Yep.
also
Very
This is
first
Wolf
true.
almost
match.
won though. He was in like a sudden death where they
Yeah.
kinda had to just guess random songs.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Brought
Slim
that
got
back.
the shmup category.
I got
Shmup to the shmuppening.
freaking crushed. I got some really bad rounds in my.
I think you were in a hard round.
I
I remember
really
not knowing
was.
much of him either.
I did pretty decent. I got to the semifinals, but then I couldn't get, like, I got 1. That's all I got.
Thanks, Wahey.
I'm sure I could have gotten some of them, but I just didn't. So
Yeah. It was fun though. I'd do it again.
yeah, it was.
I gotta say, though,
I was so glad I got to, like, I think I was the last person called up, so like I was really excited, especially because some people got called and then they didn't go up because I guess
Yeah.
they left. So
The funny thing too was, so Odin and I went to this like last year at Magfest. So this was the 2nd year in a row that we were there together, and the entire time they were calling names for the final round, he was like whispering in my ear. He was like, because I put Snack Attack down on the sign up, so he was like, Snack Attack, Snack Attack, and then they go, Odin's back. So that asshole got picked and I didn't,
Oh,
but it was fun.
It's funny.
I wanted you to go up there, brah.
I wanted everyone to go up there.
I
Would
feel
have
like
been
yeah.
amazing if we
I
all
probably
got
could've
picked
gone
on one
first.
round.
The only if
Oh.
I was to go up there, though, I probably wouldn't get the RPG stuff though. I would like because some of the things Odin got, I knew most of them.
They have some pretty tough ones, but everyone knows different stuff too. which
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like
Yeah.
there's 3 people who play, and then when they don't know it, the whole audience yells back because like there's like
Yeah.
20 people who do know it in the audience.
Mhm.
There always seemed to be like one person that knew everything. Just like
Yeah.
the rest
Yeah.
too. There was always
Papers.
Papers.
Papers, please, swept again.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at least I don't know if because I was on the end of our little row. Like I knew the Kingdom Hearts one they played, and I was surprised that no one else, like at least the people I was around, knew it was Kingdom Hearts.
There were
I
one
knew
or two
that.
Okay.
There were one or
Yeah.
two that
I
I
think
knew that
I-
no one got too.
That's because I don't find the gummy ship music
Yeah.
that memorable.
I don't find the gummy ships memorable, so that's probably why. Remember the
I don't know.
music.
I just remember that stuff. I don't like once I hear something. Not
Yeah.
that I don't forget it, but like because there's definitely songs I forget. Also, Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws.
There was an
Jaws?
aliens category, like where the category was all alien themed, and there was a song, and the song sounded like the Jaws theme. So I said Jaws with like a question mark, and everyone laughed.
Well,
Everyone.
it was-
Good times.
It was especially funny because it came on and I was sitting next to Bubba and he was like, "It sounds like Jaws," and I was like,
We were
yeah,
both
it
saying
weirdly
it was
does, but like the category was like alien games, so we were like, it's obviously not Jaws. Odin and honks in. It just goes, Jaws.
Yeah.
I
It was
could
really
not
funny.
stop laughing.
You can watch it on Puddle Plains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
watched it
can.
live.
And then there was Shmup to the Shmuppening as well.
Yeah,
And-
shmup
That
to the
slips.
shmuppening.
Oh, Slim Kirby.
AKA UN Squadron.
UN Squadron.
I'm never gonna call
How
it
about
anything.
that capitalism?
Oh!
So that was really fun.
Yeah, that
We
was-
need Slim Plays UN Squadron now too.
Slim plays Shmup to the Shmup.
So right now we're just playing the next few projects for Puddle
Yeah.
Plains.
Yeah, someone should be writing these down.
Oh, I got it up here. Don't worry.
We have it on recording.
Centipede will be one day.
Don't
So,
worry, I'm
after
sure
that-
our manager is taking care of it.
Yeah, our manager Sarah.
Oh,
After
what did you
that-
got? Yeah, what prizes did you guys get for Name That Tune? Because I know Odin got something.
Odin did get something.
Oh yeah, earlier the day. Oh, so
wait,
this
wait,
had
alright,
to.
we need to
didn't
tell
even
that
talk about-
story too.
This had to have been. Oh no, we bought it in preparation for the next day.
So another
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
another thing you may have seen is Slim and I raced the first level of Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, but that was the next day though.
That was the next day. However, we were gonna race it that day, but we realized we didn't have 2 expansion packs. So Odin was like, I guess I'll buy one.
Yeah, because I don't have one, so I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? This would be a good time to get one because someone here is gonna have one.
Mhm.
But I
So-
think before that, didn't we play Pokemon Stadium that night with?
No.
No,
No,
That-
that was
that was the next
This is
night.
earlier.
Oh,
This is like a flashback.
Oh, okay.
So going back,
Yeah.
there was this booth like a really big booth. They had a lot of stuff, but it was overpriced, and I didn't realize this was when Weaver had said was overpriced. So I bought an expansion pack, and it was like $30. So I was like, you know what, done. I'll buy the expansion pack, whatever. I want it. Then I go to another table, and this place seemed like a much more chill table, which I did end up buying something from later, which we can talk about.
Do that at the end.
I'll say
Yeah,
at the
we'll
end.
do that.
Nothing.
But so I just out of curiosity, I'm like, so what are you guys selling on or charging on expansion pack? And they're like $25. I was like, no. Like
Also,
I also know these guys totally would have like I got charged tax at the $30 one. These guys for sure. If I would have handed them $25, like that would have been it. Like there would have been no tax or anything for sure. So
you also wound up with a very interesting expansion pack. too.
yeah, and my expansion
Yeah.
pack's
Yeah.
enormous. Like it
It's
covers
so
the actual.
ghetto.
It
Yeah,
actually
we called that
covers
the ghetto.
Yeah.
the lid, like the expansion pack lid of the N64. Like I'm looking at it right now. Like,
The red thing becomes the lid. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't close.
Yeah, you don't put the lid back on.
It's really silly.
Okay. We didn't really do anything that Saturday night, I believe, because Name That
Well, that
Tune
was
went.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
at Name That Tune though,
Yeah.
because I got in the semifinals, they gave me 5 Magfest bucks, which ended up like making up for the 5 extra bucks that I spent on the expansion pack, which
It was the greatest.
it was pretty
was so
funny.
good.
Yeah.
Broke even.
Yeah, and everyone. Oh, the 3 of us that participated each got like
But-
a DVD from their group X Strike Studios, which isn't a thing anymore, I
I
guess.
think it's
but-
now defunct.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait, we all got that?
Did you not get one?
I must have forgotten to go up there. I did
No,
not
well, you were
grab that.
supposed to. You were definitely supposed to.
I mean,
Oh well.
it's not like we were gonna have a popcorn party and all sit around and watch that.
Nah.
Nah.
Oh, oops. Oh, well.
But yeah.
Later that night was Snack and Tamal went to the DJ battle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
we
was.
caught a
It
part
was
of that.
DJ Cutman versus Grimecraft, and they were like going back and forth. It was pretty cool. I only got to
Yeah.
see the very end.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
There was a big like inflatable orca whale that was being tossed around, and a lot of just party stuff going on, which I dug.
I think I honestly just ended up doing more challenges that night. I did.
Probably.
I was with
Yeah,
Odin
you
that-
did.
I think I was with Odin.
So
Trying to
Odin,
finish.
what was the goal you were trying to reach with those challenges?
Oh yeah, so the initial goal was to get 30. Like that's what I wanted because you could get a T-shirt. But they like I said, it wasn't run as well either because like the board said like at 10 you get a patch and then at 30 you get a T-shirt. But then when I went over to the table, it was like at 10 you get a T-shirt and 30 you get another T-shirt. And I ended up getting 4 T-shirts from this because
I
like.
got one T-shirt.
At
for
one
that.
point, they're just like, "Hey, if you do a challenge, you get a T-shirt." And then I did it, and then like,
I think
yeah,
they were just trying to get rid of it later on in
Yeah.
the convention.
I didn't mind. I got a whole bunch of stuff from that. I ended up getting like 15 mag bucks from that, and or maybe more. I think it was 17. I think I ended up getting 18. No, 18. Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
and I got I got a bunch of crap. I didn't get a patch. I got like a sticker and some buttons, some really creative buttons I liked.
Yeah, I think I got 3 buttons, and then I got like a couple of mag points, and then I got a T-shirt as well.
Yeah,
Mag points,
same.
by the way, were currency. They're currency every year, and they're themed. So this year was Tron themed. I guess we should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
But so they were like discs, and like they're equivalent. Like one mag point is equivalent to $1, which you could spend like anywhere in the convention. So
Yeah.
The $5 that Odin won at the Name That Tune were mag points, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think
was
I got,
that
like,
night, really.
I think I got like 2 mag points, though.
Yeah.
I was so close for 5, but no.
Mm.
Whatever.
All right, so that was Saturday.
Sunday.
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 I don't have anything circled here. We didn't do anything till. I didn't do anything.
Sunday was like a late
Was
day.
it?
Yeah, we like slept until like afternoon.
Yeah, that was the day we slept in ridiculously late, wasn't it?
That was also
Wait,
sub 30J.
Slim Wolf, was that? Yeah, that was some 30Js. Was that also the day that we went and checked out the arcade?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about
Go to
that.
the
That was
arcade.
either Saturday or
It
Sunday.
was Sunday.
Yeah.
It was Sunday. It was definitely.
It was Sunday.
Yeah.
We So yeah, we had some fun in the arcade room. They had not only arcade machines but some computers set up. We played quite a few things. We played
I was playing like Killer Instinct.
D&D campaign.
yeah, we played a D&D campaign game. We played This Can Only End Badly, which basically you're 2 little like pixel guys and they put a gun down and you have to try and get the gun and collect the bullet so you can shoot the other person.
Mm-hmm.
That
Oh.
was really. I freaking threw the gun one time, Slim
Caught
caught
it,
it
and just
mid-air
shot him.
and shot me.
What was the other one that we played? That was like the
was
It was like that crystal ball one. I forget
That was
what
the
it was
oddball one.
called.
Yeah, it was really fun too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
I
really.
think I was
you
just
should
playing
and I
really
did
play-
my annual run of Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wolf
That was later
died
that
of a
night.
snake bite, but everyone else lived.
We all got bit by
On,
the same snake too. It was
I think my leg got broken.
My leg!
Yeah.
I forgot what mine was.
Hashtag Odin's leg.
better than the Slim's leg.
Everyone tweet that out. On,
Hashtag Owen's leg.
on Sunday, I cosplayed as the Postman from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which was pretty terrifying, to be honest. Yeah, pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I had to wear a red-haired wig, and if anyone knows anything about Snack, is that I have like almost black hair and really thick black eyebrows. So had to wear this black wig, or this, I'm sorry, red wig. I had to paint like my sideburns like peach. I had to color. Well, Rachel did all this, but I sat
It
there.
was like a bright red color than mine.
Yeah.
It was really red. She colored my eyebrows red too, and then because like the makeup on the eyebrows looked weird, she pretty much just like covered my whole face in makeup. And I had to wear elf ears. So I pretty much looked like a red-haired goblin monster in the postman's clothes.
Yeah.
You looked
That
good.
was yeah.
I would like to redo that one because it was a lot of fun. And I would like to remake my sandals because they were pretty much like polio braces. They were like some some straight up Forrest Gump.
Oh god.
But
Yeah, didn't they like
That's,
break
yeah.
multiple?
Yeah, they were really
they
uncomfortable.
broke like on the way to lunch.
They were really
Yeah.
uncomfortable and they were made.
Yeah, we all went when we all went out
That's right.
to.
We went out to
Yeah.
lunch. That
That's
day
where I was
because
getting with that story. Is I met up
Yeah.
with you guys and then we all went out to
Yeah.
lunch.
Everyone
Yeah.
roomed together.
Little Foo was there.
That's right. I
Yeah.
don't think we even mentioned her. She was also in the what was it?
I think it was like the Ho House
The
or
whole
something.
house.
The whole
Okay.
house.
That's
yeah.
the room I was in.
Yeah.
And then Dark Maya Sith and Captain Donkeys were there too, and
Yeah.
all of us were there.
The reason we went to lunch on that day was because we
Ben
wanted
was
to
leaving.
have lunch with Ben because he was
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the main point. Yeah, it was really good. There was
It
bull
was-
riding. We didn't get
Before
to go-
that, though,
We didn't
I
get to
just
meet
want to
them,
I just want to get this story out there because it had to have happened before this. I'm pretty sure it was this day. Me, Ben, me, Dark Mind Sith, and Captain Donkeys were playing Mario Party, and some rando guy came along and it's like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
you got room for one more?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right, sure." All right, so the 4 of us we played Mario's Rainbow Castle. We did a 20-turn game, and it was really close. Like, this is a really close game. It definitely could have gone any way. At the end of the game, Captain Donkeys, he put his controller down. I'm pretty sure this is how this happened. He put his controller down, and the game froze. Like right before any of like the results or like the bonus stars or anything happened. So we don't know who won that game.
That's
And-
awful.
Yeah, that was like when me and Wolf were playing Diddy Kong Racing right next to you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, and it was hilarious, but it sucked.
That was when Ben taught everyone the MLG Pro strategy of viewing the map instead of buying a star.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
you Matt.
The map.
Yeah. So after that, we all went out to
Lunch.
Cadillac Ranch,
Yeah,
Shout
which
out.
was a place to eat lunch.
Go bull riding.
and they didn't let
Shout
us
out to
pull, right?
Cadillac Ranch.
Yeah.
Because
It
it
was
was
fun.
busy, I guess, right?
No, because
I
it
think
wasn't
it was-
No,
open.
because it was lunchtime,
It was
and they only
lunchtime.
do that at dinner time.
I think it was the bar hadn't opened yet, and they kind of opened those at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
We took some hilarious pictures, though.
Yeah.
Some really funny stuff that I want to send Farf in a zip file, so he can
Oh,
so he
yeah.
can put those pictures on a bunch of other pictures.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But after that, it was
Uh-oh.
on, right?
It was
was
on.
It was,
It was on
Do-
like actually Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That's when the Japes race happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sub 30 Japes.
Yep.
It's on the channel.
Yeah,
If
it
you,
is.
want
It is.
if you want the nitty gritties of that, you can check it out on the channel.
Yeah. Basically, we've been planning this race for a long time, man. Planning it for a long time, and it finally came to fruition.
And then I cheated.
And then you cheated.
Then Snack cheated.
The
Well-
thing is, if you didn't do those, like, it would have been so freaking close.
It would have been so much. Yeah, I thought about that too. It would have been so much better if I had not cheated, because
Slash
it would have
Slim had
been with, like
cheated.
within
If Slim
seconds.
had also cheated, then
Yeah,
I
it would have been
don't
within
know. I
seconds.
made some colossal mistakes. I'm surprised I was even under 30 minutes, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I did everything else
I made some-
perfectly.
I made some mistakes too.
They
But
both
you
got
can
sub
watch those in the
30.
race.
Yeah.
We don't have
Yeah.
to. The point is, we both got sub 30. It was fun. We actually gathered like an audience.
We
yeah,
did.
there was
People
people
were actually watching us.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Puddle's games done quick.
It was,
Wow.
as
Puddle's
close
Flash
to Puddle's
quick.
games done
Puddle's
quick
Flash
as we're gonna
quick.
get
Yeah.
this year. Anyway,
But I enjoyed racing you, man, and I want to do it again without cheating.
look out for a full race of that game, which surely will be ridiculous. Maybe some point in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
definitely.
3 projects planned.
Well, that one, yeah.
That one's a given. Though. That one's a given.
That one's a
That was
given.
good. I think it's because I wore the postman hat.
Yeah.
That's what gave me the speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
So after the legendary Japes race, I know that Odin and Bubba started working on some challenges, but
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
Sarah, and Wolf decided to go on a little adventure of our own
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
two panels that were honestly probably my two favorite things at Magfest.
Snap.
They were just so much fun.
Do I know how to pick good panels, or do I know how to pick good panels?
I think
Kinda
I think you
upset.
know how to pick
I
good
believe she
panels.
knows how.
True.
Sarah's our
What
manager.
were you saying, Odin?
Yep.
I said I'm upset that I missed this first one. The Action
I'm just-
Castle
I'm
one, well,
really-
I'm sure seems pretty cool. I'm just more upset at the first one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed the first one.
So the first panel that we went to was cartoon intro sing-alongs.
Woo!
So
Bingo.
basically, they just played a bunch of cartoon intros from mostly from like the 80s and 90s. You know, when the people that were running the panel, a lot of us that were there, had grown up. A lot of Saturday morning stuff and a lot of video game themed stuff since this was Magfest. So it was everything from the Battletoads to Sailor Moon to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
One of
a lot
those
of-
is a pretty big
To
fan
Bobby's World.
To Bobby's
to
World.
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World.
Yeah.
And
of. Remember
But the-
Bobby's World?
it was a good
It
show.
was a good show.
It was a good show.
But they.
But the other thing that they did was before the panel started,
Mhm.
they gave everyone a bingo card and said, "Okay, fill this out with the games that you, or with the intros that you think we're going to show." And they had a bunch of prizes if you managed to get a bingo. The first couple of people got some really cool stuff, like a cartridge of Dragon Warrior, a Retron,
Ooh,
and then the
nice.
later people just got candy. Wolf and I think, both managed to bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't
once
even
again-
realize it because I thought I had Superman and Spider-Man, but I looked really quick, wasn't paying attention, crossed off Superman, but I should have crossed off Spider-Man. You actually noticed that, Weaver, and sent me up there. I was like, oh, whoa, bingo!
I once again came out empty-handed at a panel.
Oh.
But hey, I don't care.
Gadget.
I was having such a good time. I didn't really even care at that point. They just played a lot of cartoons intros that I'm very familiar with. I remember when the Digimon theme came up, the entire room, you could just like hear almost everybody singing along. It was so freaking
So
awesome.
many of them. That was the case.
Yeah.
Just people knew it and just
Mhm.
burst out into song.
And thanks to that,
I think Animaniacs was another one that stands out to me
Right,
that
right.
everybody knew.
Yeah.
and of course Pokemon, but that's kind of
Yep.
goes without saying.
Mhm.
But like,
You know,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was so happy when they played Sonic Underground.
Oh my god.
Like I
God.
was expecting it, but not expecting it. Kind of that feeling of, I feel like this is going to be played. Nah, that's way too late in the years. They wouldn't play that. It comes on.
They played like
Triplets
4
born.
different Sonic ones, which was driving me mad because I had Sonic X on my bingo card, and they were very specific with some of the series if there were multiple.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, so it's like they did the original Sonic, and they did Adventures of Sonic, and they did Sonic Underground, and I'm like, come on, just do Sonic X already!
Gotta go
And they
fast.
finally did it.
They also did Sonic Boom.
Yes,
Oh.
and then the crowd erupted into boos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Into booms?
Boo or booers?
Ah,
Ooh.
Jaws?
Jaws.
Jaws?
One other one that they played well, Wolf got it, but for some reason
Yeah.
we didn't put it. The Donkey Kong Country anime /
Oh,
cartoon.
yes! Shout outs to the Donkey
even though
Kong
I
Country
have
anime.
never seen it before.
Yeah, those two are logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is our logo.
What was Snack and Tamal doing at this time?
Drinking.
Well, I think we were actually.
Oh no.
I
we're
was
in
say,
the
wasn't
Pokemon
that when
drinking
you guys were at like the crazy party, or at least
game.
you
No.
were?
That was
So
when we were doing the Pokemon drinking game.
Tamal, Lucky 7DX, Chelsea 91, and I decided, and K-Man Rules 1331, all decided to pregame with the Pokemon drinking game, which is pretty much a whole game. It's like a pre, mid, and post game, like in one. It's ridiculous, and we finished. I think we finished like all of the alcohol
Yeah.
playing that. But it was really silly and a fun time, and K-Man won.
K-Man did win. For what that's worth.
We also ran into you guys coming up the stairwell, freaking singing the goddamn
Oh, yeah!
shop
Yeah.
theme from.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh, yeah,
that was
That was before.
that was before the drinking game. So Cliff, who is Jamie's Lucky 7DX's real life roommate, he doesn't have a YouTube, right?
No.
His name is Cliff. He's a cool guy. He had to go, so we turned on, as is now tradition, which we've done 2 years in a row. We turned on the Ocarina of Time shop theme, and danced while holding a speaker that was playing this all the way out of the room, down the stairs, through the lobby, out the door of the hotel, 4 blocks down the street to a parking garage, dropped Cliff off, and then danced 4 blocks back through the lobby, up the stairs, and into the room
And
again.
this after he was still in the postman's outfit.
Yeah,
And it was like snowing outside.
it was great, and so many people joined in. I think I twerked on Lucagen, but I didn't realize it. And we had a lot of fun. And we passed these guys, or some of these guys, coming down the stairs as we were coming up.
Yeah.
It was really silly.
Mhm. But getting back to the panels, because there was actually a second one
Oh,
that we
sorry.
went
Yep.
to after cartoon intro sing along, and I think
In the same room.
I think all of us being us two, know exactly what to say and shout in 3, 2, 1. Action!
Action!
Castle!
Castle!
Oh.
Exactly.
Well, maybe some of you guys knew to say.
Those guys did.
Well, yeah.
Those two.
guys.
Yeah.
Explain, what is Action Castle?
Okay, so you know those very old PC games where, in order to move your character around and interact with the environment, you must type in your commands. Like, if you want to go east, you have to type in "go east." You want to examine some object, examine object.
It's like Twitch plays all of a sudden.
In a way, yes, but
Was it kind of
In
like
a
a
way,
cool version?
kinda.
Was it kind of like a cool version of that D&D thing?
I mean,
Kind of.
Where like you write your own story, kind of?
no, not really that, but like
Nah.
the thing that really connected me with is like there's a lot of old King's Quest games that were like that, where they were just like type command games. And
Yeah.
so the way it worked was there was some guy who was hosting the panel. He had like this whole scenario like all drawn out and rehearsed to no end. So like he had pretty much a response for any type of command. So the entire audience would line up in front of a microphone. The first person in line would say a command, and basically he'd narrate what happens after the command. And once that person is done, they have to go to the back of the line. Next person steps up, and they do the next command. And essentially the goal was to get to the very end of this scenario, which you had to do a bunch of things in order to get to the end. You had to make sure you had all the right items. You had to make sure you didn't die. You had to make sure you navigated and went the right direction and everything. It was actually a very well-created scenario, and it reminded me a lot of those old King's Quest games, which as a child I used to watch my dad play those, and it was so much fun. Working together with everybody, and there were even like a lot of people who were trolling around. Like they'd say something like, "Oh, give a hug to the troll," or like, "Quit the game without saving," just like kind of intentionally messing up.
Oh,
But at the end, we all did come together, and we did get pretty close to finishing it. I believe they even said that we were like one of the closer groups and actually making it to the end. We made it like 90% through. But there was just
And
like
the average
one.
was one.
Yeah, the average was one. But it was a lot of fun. Do you two have anything else to say in regards to that? Sorry, I kind of took over during that.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we all know what needs to be said here.
Say
So, let me explain this bit. We got to Action Castle, which was an actual place in the game, and there was a guard in the courtyard. You could talk to him. He'd tell you, hey, the king's missing. I'm just here guarding this place. King's not back, yada, yada. Well, I had this bright idea about halfway through the line. I should claim myself as the king. Yeah! And I wasn't really sure I would be able to do it because people were going back and forth between rooms, and it was just kind of that, this will be great, but kind of doubt it. Well, Slim, you went up, and I'm not sure if you went back to that room or if you had done something in the courtyard,
I probably did
but
something.
I stepped up and I knew this was my chance. Proclaim self as king. The parser just burst into laughter.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And said, "Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time."
Proclaim self as
King.
king.
That was so
Made him
good.
break character.
did they actually invite you?
no, that was in character that he was doing all that, but I think out of character he was enjoying it a great deal as well.
Yeah.
I still wonder if he even expected anyone to say that.
Probably not.
Well, he will now.
Yeah, he's never gonna forget that one.
Definitely not.
Yeah. But
If we see him again next year, that's gonna be my first command.
yeah. You should
I remember you.
No matter whatever the situation is,
Yeah.
just say that anyway.
But that was a lot of fun though. Like those two panels right back to back, same room even. It was just
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was so good. It was such
Me and
a
Bubba
great
were
night.
doing challenges.
Yeah, you two were doing
Me
challenges.
with
Yeah.
that X3.
We met them at Action
I think-
Castle.
I think
Yeah,
me,
toward the end.
I was just working on X3 most of the time, I think. I couldn't do it.
Mhm.
So then,
Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon
Oh,
Stadium
yes.
2. Or no, 1.
It was one, yeah.
Yeah,
1.
Pokemon Stadium 1.
So we played the mini games in that.
So
and
I was playing, I think. Yeah, I was totally playing.
Chelsea
Yeah.
91 was playing, and she was
It was her
proclaimed
idea.
master of
This-
Pokemon Stadium. It's
this was after me, her, Lucky 7DX, and were you there too?
Yeah, I was there.
Well, we all went to this like crazy like VIP like suite party. They like met us in the hall because 4th floor, best floor, and invited us to like this party where like they had like a beer pong table and a hot tub and like a fireplace, and it was really cool. I fell asleep, so I went to
Yeah,
bed.
you did.
that was when me and Ocean were like looking for you guys, and then we were like in front of the door because it was like a 2 doorway.
that no one could hear us knocking.
I
Yeah.
fell asleep actually at the party underneath the beer pong.
Yeah, me and Rachel.
then I got into my own bed.
I thought Snack trolled for a sec, but
And
No, he actually did pass out.
hey, start early, end early.
Yeah.
That was my motto. And then but Rachel and K-Man wound up in your room.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, came
Yeah.
after
After
that.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then I came in a little later after I managed to get everyone else back to bed.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we were playing Pokemon Stadium,
Mhm.
and how about that one game?
Snore War.
Shout out
So
to
we played
Snore-
Snore War, and we drawed.
Yeah. That was
A thing I did not even think was possible.
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Eventually, the drowsies are just like F this, and then they fall asleep.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then K-Man was the only guy picking the games.
because he got
Well,
last
Fairy-
every time.
Yeah.
Fairy
Okay,
says
Kid
it's
Man,
way to
pick the
love.
next game.
Yeah, it's
But
like,
in the end, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, he was last every time, and then whenever like it was a tie for last place, it'd always randomly pick him anyway.
Yeah.
Like he always picked every single game.
He
I
picked
think-
that Clefairy one like
So
multiple
many times.
We also
Everybody-
played Smash Bros. Was
Yeah.
that that
Yeah,
night?
We did 7-player Smash, which
It was hectic
Yeah.
it was
again.
hectic
Yeah.
and not really that fun.
Mhm.
That wasn't really that impressive.
Yeah.
No, not really.
I think next time, if we ever do that again, four teams of 2 would actually. I hear it's pretty fun.
that could
Yeah.
work.
Maybe.
I
That
can
would
do
be
that,
cool.
yes.
2v2v2v2.
Except, well, okay, it was 8 players, so technically, but Slim was defeated by Dark Pit.
Ha
It was.
But in a group match,
That was
didn't
one of the
count.
bucket
Yeah.
lists.
It doesn't count.
Sadly, it was Wolf's Dark Pit and not my Dark Pit.
Yeah.
And not even
Yeah.
my dark pick.
You really tried though, Sarah. I could feel the effort, but just not quite.
He was feeling it.
I was really feeling it.
He was really feeling it.
But yeah, we kind of just played that for a bit. Then we were like, you know what? Let's sleep. Except someone who decided to go back down to the challenge hall.
So yeah, I didn't sleep that night.
He was up all night.
I stayed up the whole night doing challenges. And eventually came to a point where I was actually the only person at those laptops playing. And like there was like one person like there, like there was like the lady who was running or whatever, and we were just basically just talking as I was doing challenges.
Yeah.
And I had before that I had 23 challenges done because I have it on my page here. And then I really wanted to get to 30, but I only ended up getting 29. I couldn't for the life of me do another challenge. But then I ended up going back to the room. They were all still asleep, so I went back down. And then I just kind of wandered around a bit, and then I was like, no, I'm doing another challenge. Because the reason I stopped is because they were starting to pack up things, and they opened the doors, and it was freezing. So it was absolutely freezing in there.
Oh god.
So like, I got like a sweater or whatever.
Oh, so that's why.
Yeah, so like it was freezing down there, but I ended up doing like a Kid Icarus challenge at the end, and then
Oh, that's the one I did too.
Yeah, you had to like beat the stage without firing a single arrow. It actually wasn't so bad.
It was not bad. Yeah.
The one I was really proud of that I managed to do that night was Mega Man 3 for the NES. There's this fight where you have to fight 3 of like clone Mega Mans, and the first one is always in the same spot, but the next time when they spawn again, it's random. But the thing is, you couldn't take any hits, and you could only use the Mega Buster. So I must have spent like close to 2 hours, I would say, doing this one challenge. But in actuality, the successful run probably took about 20 seconds, which makes me really mad.
Well,
Yeah.
man.
But I ended up doing it, and it was so hard. It was so dumb. It was listed as an unfair challenge, so I was happy that I did that.
We were all proud of you. Like we welcomed you with an open arm. when you came back.
But yeah, I did a whole bunch of NES challenges that night. Some games I'd never heard of, and some were like really stupid easy. But it was a lot of fun.
I spent like the most times on Super Nintendo ones because those were the ones I'm more familiar with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the Genesis ones were cool too.
So
But that
Monday
kind
was
of
the last day.
that kind of leads into Monday, which not a lot
Not a lot.
happened.
Not
at
a
the
lot.
convention because
They didn't have-
they were closing up.
They really
early.
didn't have much going on at the actual convention.
yeah,
on Monday.
yeah.
They packed it all up. Like
Yeah,
it
so-
really wasn't a full day of Magfest.
We
No.
pretty much went to the
vendor.
we can buy stuff, and then we saw Brental Floss there. We saw Brental Floss. I got a CD from him signed, and then I think that was the day I got the shirt, the Growlithe shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got a Charizard shirt, and
That was like the day I just wanted to spend something. So
yeah, I kind of felt the same way. That was a good kind of last minute. Let's check and see if there's anything that stands out to purchase. Really.
Oh yeah, and then like as we exited, there was like this thing that we were like looking at the entire time. Like, what the heck is that? It was like that Mega Man marathon.
Oh.
Oh yeah. The Mega
like-
Manathon.
Oh yeah, there was a stream that was going on all weekend, and then we decided to check it out as they were like done,
Yeah, but,
and they gave us free stuff. They're like, don't tell anyone, but we're telling everyone now.
yeah.
A
I
PSA
left early that
kids.
day.
Yeah, Tamal left that day.
Yep.
I'm in mourn. Here's a
Aw.
PSA for kids who plan to attend any cons. Don't get so drunk that you pass out underneath the beer pong table, because you will be hungover for the entire next day of Magfest, which is what I was. I slept all day until
Yeah, you did.
until we went to dinner that night.
Yeah.
So we mostly used that day for recording stuff for Puddles.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff which you'll be seeing later on as we continue to get the Puddles videos up on the channel.
That
Yeah.
stuff's all secret for right now because we haven't put it up yet at this time.
Do we
Anyway.
want to make it secret, or should we?
Well, we can.
Well, let's
we can
keep
say
it a
what
surprise,
was.
I say.
Well, we can say the one thing that we didn't record, regret recording,
Yeah.
regret not recording, which we played Fortune Street.
And it was quite a game.
Yeah, it was
It was
quite
my
a game.
my first time actually ever playing Fortune Street,
Yeah.
but
It was mine as well.
Yeah.
So it was Slim, Snack, Weaver, and myself. That was the 4, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
we played. Okay, we played Mushroom Kingdom, right?
Yeah. Peaches. I think it's just Peaches.
Peach's Castle.
Yeah.
Peach's
Peach's
Castle.
Castle.
I think it's because I wanted the Mario RPG
from
music.
Super Mario
Yeah.
Brothers. The new Super Mario Brothers levels, at least, looks like.
But so some shenanigans happened during this. So at one point, Slim had all of District F. Okay,
Shout out
which
to
was
District-
also
shout
an
out to
inside
District
joke from way back when. So he had all 4 properties in District F.
The District F joke is, and Fortune Street in general is like actually kind of pivotal to the formation of Puddle Plains.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the early like big interactions between a lot of the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you need to, in Fortune Street, if you don't know this general concept of Fortune Street, it's really easy. You just try to get all the suits and get back to the start and you get money. Like that's basically what I was trying to do. There's a lot more to it, obviously.
It's
but
kind of like Monopoly, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I wanted to get one of the suits, and Slim has like these beast properties that you just don't want to land on. But like I landed one space in front of like his most expensive property, and I was like, you know what? I'll just take this because at least I can get by it. I hope I won't get unlucky enough to roll 1 next turn.
It was a
Right?
smart move. I think
So,
I actually
like,
advised you to do that.
Yeah,
move,
so I
too,
ended up
which
doing
makes
that.
it even worse.
So I got the suit. Then Snack goes. Snack lands on. If you land on the suits or on a space, you get to draw a card, and there's 100 cards, but I think there's more than 100 different effects. But
Yeah.
Snack lands on a card that makes everyone on their next turn guarantee roll a 1. And then my game was just done.
How much money did you have to pay? Like 900 or something?
Something like that. I think
It was over
it was
1,000
900 or
at that
I think
point.
it was over 1,000.
Which is a lot for Fortune Street.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Considering we had
So
the objective was
crazy.
12,000 or 13,000 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
to pay over $1,000 is like a significant amount of money in the game.
Yeah.
And to top it off, the next turn, we each like have our own districts that we're definitely invested to at this point. Or
Yeah.
so Snack gets another.
I didn't really.
Well, you did it toward the end, I think.
Well,
Well, kind of.
Odin did, is the point.
Okay. Anyway, I had a district that had like 3 properties, and I ended up getting 4. But Snack gets another card that randomly just picks a district to lose like 10% or 15%
I
of
think
its
it was
value.
20%.
Or maybe it was 20%. And of course picked mine, and at that point I was just like, done. I fake hit Snack.
He came over the bed at me.
Yeah.
And it was all an accident. I didn't mean to do any of it.
It
It
was-
was all luck.
It was pretty funny.
It was,
It was hilarious.
We regret.
it was a good
I think that was like
game.
the hardest I've seen Odin laugh too.
It was. Carver did not have a good day.
I was Gerber.
Gerber, dear boy.
And then I think that kind of inspired us playing Dragon Warrior / Quest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we're all
think so.
playing.
Yeah.
Slim's played
Yeah.
2 of them now, I think.
I'm not done.
I
With two. I'm
started
at the
the
very
first
end
one
of 2.
today.
I'm not done with 2 yet.
Okay, but I haven't even
God.
finished through the first one, but we're all kind of playing Dragon Warrior now.
Yeah.
Most of us. Yeah.
And then Secret Project you'll see soon, hopefully.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Were they a thing?
That was a thing.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. Although I feel like we've ruined it in Twitter.
Just
They'll
know
probably
there's some
do
good
We
stuff.
did.
But whatever. There's some good stuff.
There are some moments that you will just laugh out loud big time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Tamal, you left this day, right?
Yeah, I left that day because I had class the next day.
Right.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And then
But-
Tuesday we all left and it was all
Yeah.
sad.
Pretty much.
We also had
Yeah.
a really nice. We had a really nice dinner. On,
Oh yeah, that's right.
We
Monday,
did go to
too.
dinner on Sunday
Yeah,
or
Went to
Monday
the
night.
Monday. It was
Monday.
Monday.
It was actually at the hotel.
It was
Yeah.
in the hotel.
There was a restaurant bar grill
Mhm.
thing we went to in the restaurant in the hotel.
It was really good.
I think I saw Smooth again on Monday.
Yeah, we saw Smooth again.
But
Definitely
then
saw Smooth again.
Yeah.
Tuesday we all left, and we all sang Bohemian Rhapsody right before we
We
walked
did.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Yes.
It was magical.
It was a magical moment.
Yeah.
And then I rode on the plane again with Wolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
This time we were right beside each other.
Racing DS.
Drove
Yep.
Messed out.
That definitely happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got there pretty because I got there around 4:00 my time, so it was pretty nice. No traffic. There wasn't that much traffic on the way back, but still
Yeah,
had a good
I
time.
got back really early. My flight got in really quick. It was kind of weird actually.
And when we got home, like a storm,
Yeah, a storm
East
hit the
Coast.
area.
Storm was
Thunderstorm.
Yeah.
which is lucky because it didn't impact in where we were at. So,
Yeah, not like last year.
Not like last year,
oh man,
No,
where I had to stay in Boston.
the polar vortex.
Yeah, the polar vortex. I got
Ugh.
stuck in Denver.
dang.
And that was Magfest
Yup.
13.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Did anyone buy anything cool?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go through that really
Yeah.
quick.
I
mean,
I got Slim Resident Evil 4.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Slim gave you, well, he lent you a little gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he has to mention us at the very end of the video, after we already stopped
Oh.
recording. Remember?
Oh okay.
Well, other than that, I bought.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Like your update video when you didn't mention my gift
Oh, yeah,
until
yeah,
after
yeah.
you finished the video already.
Oh.
You want me to joke about, or you could say it.
No, I pretty much just did by saying that.
Oh,
Okay.
Kirby Ninja plush thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone got gifts from the manager. Well, the room
Yeah.
did.
I didn't get. Well, I mean, I got Chex Mix.
The best gift of all.
Hey, you had a coloring page, didn't
I
you?
still have the bag.
Did you get a...
Oh yeah, we had coloring pages.
Right, yeah.
I got a business card from Slim Kirby.
Oh my god, me too. I have that right
Me
here.
too. I still have one.
You three?
Yeah, I didn't give one either
Yes.
to Maul because he already had it, so...
I already have one. Yeah.
It really helped me find Slim's main website.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
hasn't been updated, don't go there.
Definitely didn't know that. Real quick, I only bought two things. I bought a cart of Diddy Kong Racing. Whoa! And
Nice,
I
here.
got a flask that has Snorlax's face on it. It's pretty great.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my
Oh yeah.
Wish I would have seen that. I actually don't think I did.
I bought an overpriced expansion pack for N64.
We know that.
And then I pretty much just got Rental Floss CD and a Growlithe T-shirt. It was also
just
Growlithe
got
and
the
Vulpix, and Odin
Oh.
got one too.
Oh.
I actually got quite a few things. I spent a lot on that last little shopping spree on Monday. The most notable things was I got a Mario 3 poster that has like the game box art on the front of it. I got a hand-painted Bandana Waddle Dee cap, which
Oh, that was
which
sick.
looks freaking
Yeah.
awesome, by the way. It's like so freaking detailed and amazing. Let's see, Starman plushie. Odin already mentioned this. He got me Resident Evil 4 for the gifts that I gave him. Sarah actually got me a few buttons, a Kirby and Friends button, and a Dark Pit button. Thank you very much, Sarah.
I knew you'd like it.
And oh yeah, and I got a Charizard shirt too from I think the same place where you guys got the Growlithe shirt. So
Is that Zuko riding the Charizard?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the main things I got. That's the most notable ones for sure. I've got a few other buttons and small things here and there, but those were the things I was definitely most excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I also picked up a Diddy Kong Racing cartridge.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And then I also got a Umbreon hat thing, which I wore around for
Oh,
about
yeah.
half the convention.
Oh yeah.
I was like
Mhm.
really close to getting that, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So adorable.
That's
Yeah.
right. You did have that. That's right.
Hats are like I find that in like hats are like generally the best thing to buy.
Oh yeah.
at
Oh,
conventions.
also
Yeah.
I
There's
got
so many cool ones.
a Magfest scarf too. Yeah, I got that. I finally accomplished my mission was to get a scarf from Magfest.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you did buy that.
Mm-hmm. But I think that was on Sunday or one of those days.
Yeah,
Regardless.
it was real late. in the
Regardless
convention.
of what day you got it, so.
Yeah.
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 Oh, Sarah, did you get anything?
I got quite a few things. I got a little foam slime from Dragon Quest, from this cool tribute band, Descendants of Erdrick. I got a Black Mage Charmander t-shirt, quite a few pins, and
Oh.
Slim,
What I do
being the
now.
awesome person he is, gave me a Mirror Kirby plush.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sounds like something I do. I don't know.
Oh, there
Yeah.
was also someone passed out like the drones from Portal 2.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh
We got a
yeah.
couple of free ones.
I'm actually looking at it right now. I see it.
I see you.
Are you
Preparing to dismantle.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Really though,
Yeah.
I think I speak for everybody in saying that the best part of Magfest is always getting to see people that
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
get to see ever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that's like the most fun. And definitely I think my highlight from Magfest was just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but like I said before, this was definitely my favorite convention. As cool as PAX East in Boston is, Magfest just kind of blew me away a lot more, mainly due to like how efficient and compact and every convenient the convention was itself. But because of that, I think it allowed me like more time to actually spend with all of you guys as well. And overall, it was just a really great experience. And I was pretty much there with all new people too. I met Odin and Tamal briefly at PAX East 2014. And but it was like so brief. I didn't really even get to talk to him that much, and like I had spent a little bit of time with Little Fu before and Dark Minded Sith, but again, not very much. But everyone else was meeting for the first time, and it was just so much fun meeting all of you and hanging out with all of you. It was really, really good time, and I honestly enjoyed every minute of it. It was definitely one of the most fun weekends I've ever had, ever.
It definitely, Magfest definitely has a great vibe. Like at least in my experience, like the whole weekend was real relaxed.
Exactly.
Like you never felt like you were rushing off to be somewhere, or if you like really did want to go somewhere, it was easy to get to, like easy to get into. Just a good experience.
PAX is just always crowded.
Everyone hit it up next year.
Yeah, I'm definitely going back next year for sure.
For sure.
Next year when all 25 Puddle Splash.
Oh god.
We're gonna try to make
If so, that'd be intense, but I'd love it too. So.
Yeah.
We'll have a panel.
Yeah, we will.
If only.
But
We're going to eventually.
One day we'll have a panel, and we'll play Fortune Street again.
yeah, maybe that will be the panel, just because of how.
Just watch us play Fortune Street. The redemption of Kirby.
Seriously though, next year we got to play Mario Party 3.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
That's a bit of a tall order. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah.
Coach.
An inferior game.
But I
Let's not get into that right now.
I kind of gave my final thoughts. Did anyone want to say something to wrap things up? This has been going about 90 minutes now, so.
Yeah, I think we pretty much summarized it pretty well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I got to say this because it was my first year at Magfest. Like, I enjoyed every single moment of Magfest and meeting most of you guys, new or old, but still, I enjoyed every single moment of my life at Magfest, and I will definitely recommend going there again. Seriously.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Same here. Like,
There were some pretty good stories from that convention.
Great things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Magfest 2016 hype.
Magfest.
Yeah!
Magfest 14.
Or no, they're actually just going with
Yeah,
2016 now.
they
Yeah.
dropped the numbers.
Because they realized the numbering thing was stupid.
Which kind of makes sense. It'd be easier to define them by year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Alright, yeah, I think we should probably end this.
Everyone
Bye.
come out next time. We'll high five and meet you.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, the brakes are back.
Yay!
Shout outs to your boy.